direction of a moral world. Ismailania is no more that she should never have been to begin with. We're sick of terrorism. We're tired of those who live so that others will die. I'm Yisrael Chai. My friends, we begin with a tribute to the greatest nation on earth, our beloved United States of America, with the Star-Spangled Banner. And by the way, question yourselves as to whether you'll see any other demonstrators in this plaza flying an American flag. We love America! We are proud Americans! We love the Star-Spangled Banner and we love the United States! God bless America! I'm going to ask world-renowned singer David Serrero to please come forward to lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by Israel's national anthem, the Hatikvah.
Test.
So much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, USA! 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 And now, I have the pleasure to sing the Hatikvah. A big round of applause for the NYPD, please, for being here for us. Thank you to the police. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rabbi.
Hi, friends. We're going to chant just one more time for all the American Olympians who are in Paris, bringing home the gold, the silver, the bronze. Tonight, the American male gymnastics team are competing for gold. USA! 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 Go for the gold, baby! My friends, tonight we celebrate the brave men and women of the state of Israel who ensure that freedom is not just an empty word and that never again is not an empty slogan, but an eternal dedication and promise. And we begin with a prayer to God that He always preserve and protect the brave soldiers of the IDF with a very famous Mishnah, which is said in synagogues all around the world by my very dear friend Peretz, all the way from Chicago. We're going to do the Mishnah for the IDF.
Let's hear it one more time for our boys and girls in green!
אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, העומדים על משמר ארצנו, והרי אלוהינו מגבול הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים, מן הים הגדול עד לבוא הערבה, ביבשה באוויר ובים, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, מי שברך all together אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, ונאמר amen. IDF! IDF! A few days ago I was walking on this very street and I was maced in my face by a man singing I love Hamas. They normalize saying those words. Well, let's normalize this. Let's normalize Jews standing proud, standing together, be'achdut, in happiness, because it won't take a bullet to shoot them, it will take What we have for you tonight blows Paris away. We have the chief international spokesperson, reserves, of the IDF, Israel's most eloquent spokesperson, Colonel Jonathan Conricus. And I gotta tell you, he has made, over the last 24 hours, my living room world famous. He has done CNN interviews, Fox News interviews, CNBC, MSNBC, from my living room. Jonathan, it's not your pretty face that's getting you all those interviews. It's my couch, okay? You just remember that. Let's hear it for Colonel Jonathan Conricus, our keynote speaker tonight. My friends, the other day, when David Serrero, who just sang so beautifully for us, was staging a play about the trial of Adolf Eichmann, who orchestrated the murder of 6 million Jews, gassing 10,000 Jews a day for 4 years. That's 3 9/11s a day against the Jewish people for 4 years. 3 pro-Hamas protesters tried to disrupt a play about the Holocaust, comparing the brave soldiers of the IDF who protect Arabs, who protect Muslims, who protect women, who protect LGBTQ rights, tried to compare them to the Nazis. That's the kind of libel, fraudulence, lies against the Jewish people that we have lived with for 2,000 years. And I gotta tell you tonight, I am damn sick and tired of all of these lies. I've had it with all these lies. I will no longer stomach any of these lies. And one man stood up and diffused the situation and allowed the play to go on. He's a Palestinian American. And his name is Sal Sinatra. And I couldn't believe the friendship he showed as a Palestinian American to the Jewish community. And I said to him, my brother, you are bigger, stronger, better looking, with a much better last name than me. But you, my brother, are speaking at our rally for Israel. My friends, welcome our Palestinian brother, because Palestinians and Jews are brothers and sisters under the one God. There is what we are not cousins. We are brothers and sisters. Sal, we are so honored to have you. Please come to the podium.
Hello, everyone. Let's fix this, right? Where do I begin? Where do we begin? In this world where social media will promote the hatred of Jews and the hatred of Palestinian Arabs. I've grown up here in New York City. As he said, my name is Sal Sinatra, but that is a lie. Sal Sinatra is an entertainment name that was given to me because I sing that music by my fans. My real name is Sal Solomon, and I am Palestinian. If we can all mature for a little bit, and maybe the protesters can quiet down, we're going to get some words that have never been said before in the history of humankind. There's a thing called truth. And when I'm talking here, I'm not only talking to you, I'm not talking to them, because I know they're in pain. They are in pain. It breaks my heart to see videos of Palestinian children, women, citizens dying. But guess what? It's because they're human beings. It's not because they belong to my race. And the same way, when I went to that play that he's talking about the other day, and I saw those images of the Holocaust, which we rarely get a chance to see in our society, I was moved to tears because for the first time, instead of media telling me what a genocide was, I saw what a real genocide looked like. The pressure that has been put on the Jewish community has nothing to do with October 7th. Nothing to do with 1962. This has nothing to do with 1922 or the 1800s or the 1700s. I spoke to a Yemenese man in the crowd, and he said, why are you going to speak for them? He said, the Jews. And I said, brother, what do you want? More death? I'm not coming here to make a speech. I'm coming here so that this war stops. This war must stop today! It must be stopped today. And there are two wants that must be first prioritized. Number one, for the Jewish community and for Israel, a word called safety. Why should a Jewish person have to feel afraid to just speak their mind in public in 2024? Why should an Arab feel like they're left out of this conversation when the world has been sticking their nose in the business of family? And the reason why I say I came to tell truth is because I am a scholar and a studier of ancient knowledge. I've been studying for 4 years. Yes, I am a singer. Yes, I am an entertainer in the new movie Don Q, coming soon to Netflix. But more important, I am and have been watching from here where I grew up in this melting pot of Hell's Kitchen. I grew up. My mother is Puerto Rican and Italian. My father is Nicaraguan, English, and Palestinian. I've seen the pain on both sides, but there's something that I cannot lie about, not even if the people right across the street are my people. You may be suffering as a Palestinian, maybe since 1948, which you call an occupation, but it's not, my friend, it's not an occupation. It's a coming home. In history, Abraham could not wait for Sarah to have a baby. So Abraham had a baby with Hagar, and that baby was Ishmael. Ishmael is the progenitor of the Arab race. Isaac had Jacob. Jacob was the grandson of Abraham. So you're talking about a fight between two children, one the grandson, one the son. What would we all do as I appeal to your senses today? And we have to make them all grow up. It's time to take the children and tell them, relax. And there's someone I blame for this war that's been ongoing. And you're going to be surprised that it's not the Jews. The ones that I blame is the ones that I'm going to name right now. Yemen, Syria, Jordan, Iran, and most of all, Egypt. Why Egypt? Because Iran and these other countries would rather send weapons to further the hate instead of sending aid, medicine, and food to the Palestinians. The Egyptians, if you can hear me now, and if Netanyahu can hear me now, I speak to you, sir. If the Egyptians can open their gates not because of political pressure, not having to do anything with territory, having to do with there's injured people that need help, and they are Arab brothers of the Egyptians. Where are all the Arabs to help the Arabs? As I said a few minutes ago, the true history is, this is not about 1948 or anything else. This is about 7,000 years ago. And as I said, I was talking to a Yemenese man and he said, but it's not fair, brother. They left the house and abandoned it. And I looked at him and I said, Jerusalem is not an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. They did not abandon it. If you study the history in 70 AD, Rome sacked Israel and forced the people out, and they are scattered. That is not the same thing as leaving a land and abandoning it. And I believe, as a Palestinian, knowing that the Ottoman Empire put our people in that situation, and the British, and left us there, and have confused us thinking that that's our land. Historically, I'm here to say the truth, the hard truth to swallow. That's the land of Israel and Jerusalem. I want the war to stop. I saw what happened in Golem Heights at the soccer field. I saw what happened. I know what's going on in Beirut. And guess what? They killed a couple of terrorists. Good for you. Anyone that wants to spill blood, anybody that wants to hate a Jew, anybody that wants to hate an Arab, just because of their bloodline, when we have nothing to do with what's going on there, we are trying to solve it ourselves as Americans. And all I can say for my last thing that I say is the Arab countries need to step up. Egypt needs to step up. Let the Palestinians in. Netanyahu will help you and will give you supplies if you cooperate with them and let them clear whatever they want out, Hamas, whatever they want to do. But let them clear that land, take care of the Palestinians who are injured so that they're safe, and give safety back to Israel for the first time since the pharaohs had them in slavery and Moses had to walk them across the Red Sea. Thank you, Rabbi Shmuley, for giving a Palestinian a chance. And this is an example of how we start with peace between our two bloodlines.
He killed it.
What an amazing man, Sal Sinatra! Our Palestinian brother, God bless you, Sal, God bless you. My friends, we have with us tonight the parents who just met with President Biden and Prime Minister Netanyahu at the Oval Office. Ronen and Orna Nutra's son Omer, an IDF soldier, was kidnapped in his olive green uniform. An IDF warrior, an IDF hero, kidnapped October 7th. We do not know his fate, but we know that his parents are the new warriors who have fought for his liberation every single day. And now chant with me as we call them to the stage. And afterward, as the people who died in the Nova Festival said, we will dance again, world-renowned Jewish singing superstar God Elbaz will rock the house, because we Jews are defiant. We will bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home.
We are Orna and Rona Nutra. We are the parents of Omer Nutra, an American Israeli citizen held hostage in Gaza in the tunnels of Hamas terrorists. 300 long days and nights. Can you imagine? waking up every morning and praying that he is waking up every morning, that he is strong, that he is surviving. Omer is a New Yorker. He was born here in New York City 1 month after 9/11. I was 8 months pregnant in the city that day, and my only focus was getting my unborn child safe to safety during the biggest terrorist attack here on U.S. soil. There was no public transportation, and I remember walking over the Queensboro Bridge. This was unimaginable back then, but it happened. The streets after the attack were filled with posters of missing persons.
Are you watching it?
In my worst dreams, I couldn't have imagined the scenario we've been living through for almost 10 months now, since October 7th, the biggest terrorist attack and worst day since the Holocaust for the Jewish people. The eyes and smile of my son looking at me from posters in the street everywhere. And you know what? I couldn't have ever imagined that people would be ripping down these posters with no respect. Omer, 22 years old, was born here and raised on Long Island within the warm embrace of the Jewish community. He's a warm and optimistic and people-loving person, and everywhere he goes, he makes new friends. His friends describe him as someone who instantly lights up the room. And these are our IDF soldiers. They are good kids. He loves sports, and he is a mentor to everyone around him. He likes to make an impact. He was the captain of his sports teams in high school and the regional president of his youth group, USY. We are dual citizens of both Israel and the United States, and so we raised our boys with a love and passion for the USA and for Israel. He visited his family many times, and after graduating high school was accepted to college, but decided to spend the year in Israel in a leadership program. And during that year, he connected deeply to Israel, and being a descendant of Holocaust survivors from both sides, with an understanding that the Jewish people need a strong country of their own, he decided to join the IDF. He became a tank commander and an officer in the Armored Corps. He is a true hero. In his most recent position, he was stationed on a post on the border with Gaza, and his mission was to protect the kibbutzim, the residential areas along the border. We last spoke to him on Friday night, October 6th. He was looking forward to a quiet, peaceful weekend with his team. And we all know what happened later. First responders that day, and that's what they were, first responders to the worst attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. Omer and his team were already in their tank when missiles came flying over Israel. They weren't aware of the extent of the border breach. Their tank was attacked, and Omer and his team were taken out. And later that day, Hamas showed in their propaganda videos how they're taking out the team. We have had no sign of life since that video. Omer turned 22 on October 14th, and instead of celebrating with family and friends, he was a week in captivity.
We keep saying, which is true, that our sense of time has been lost, that we are stuck on October 6th. In our last conversation with Omer, before he was taken from us, All of these seems like yesterday. And the days that we count, the milestones that we pass, remind us that time doesn't stop. Nor the hostages, not their families, not their friends and communities. The passing of time doesn't make it easier at all. Every day in captivity, their lives are at risk. We must make sure Omer and the hostages are released. This is urgent. Urgent. We know the army, the IDF, and Omer's friends serving there are searching for him. They're searching for all the other hostages. For months, they're risking their lives to rescue the hostages. Brave missions, some of them been rescued. If Omer was not abducted, he would be the one searching and rescuing as well. That's what the IDF does. We take care of each other. Since October 7, we have been focusing all our efforts to try and release Omer and the rest of the hostages. We met with numerous politicians and influence and spoken on rallies like this one, in Congress, on committees, with diverse groups, and on media appearances. We are doing everything we can because we are the soldiers of Omer now. Omer is one of 8 American hostages, and there are 115 hostages still in Gaza from 24 nations, from 5 different religions. This is a humanitarian crisis. This is not an Israeli problem. It's a global problem.
Where is the outrage? Women were attacked and children were slaughtered. This was not just an attack on Israel.